Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video.
If I'm being honest, I didn't mean to fall in love with you.
Today I have a very exciting video for you, and it is obviously my steamy lake on haul. Okay, I did not expect to do as much damage as I did, but I'm really happy that I did. My bank account's not, but me, myself, and I am happy because I bought so many books from new authors that I have not heard of, and a lot of them are by BIPOC authors, queer authors, marginalized authors. Like, I love it. It's so cool. And that Steamy Lit Con is promoting those authors, and I had such a fun time, and I literally am home now, and I'm like, can I go back to California, please? Like, Noah Khan was playing in the ride to the airport, and everyone in the car was like dead silent because it's like, wow, this is really happening, we're going back home. And I was in the front seat, and I did not want to turn around because, like, I feel like we were all stowing in our thoughts, and it was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. But anyways, book haul. Okay, first I'm gonna start with the books that I brought from home. I brought 3 from home to get signed by the authors over there. I did have more by the authors over there, and I did not realize, but I didn't want to bring too many because I wanted to bring a lot back. I brought a whole suitcase purely just for books, and it really worked out well because I fit all of them. So I'll do the final count at the end because I don't even know the final count. But let's just get going because I don't want this to be a super long video, and I'm really tired and my phone's on 10%. So let's get started. Okay, the first book I brought from home to get signed was The Partner Plot by Christina Forrest. I love this book. It is so good. I need to read the other ones. She was so nice. I do want to do a whole separate video, like, talking about my experience with Steamy Lit Con and everything, and my, like, separate interactions with the authors, because I think that'd be a fun video. It's gonna be too long if I add that in here, but I'll just say, the books. Love this book. I don't know if I shared this in a previous haul. I don't know when I got this, but I think I got it shortly after I read it because it was like, I need the physical copy of it because it's so good. But yeah, it is number 2 in the Green Sister series trilogy. But love that book. Next one I got to get signed. Have not read it, but I'm gonna read it before the show comes out because the show's coming out, or the movie. Sorry, I think movie. Yes, movie or series. I don't know. I'm thinking movie. Anyways, Savvy Sheldon Feels Good as Hell by Tad McCoy. I love the cover. There's another cover that they were selling, but yeah, this is the one I bought. I think I bought it. Yeah, I bought it at a used bookstore because I've heard great things, and yeah, very excited to read it. Very excited to watch the adaptation that's coming out on CW very soon. So this is on immediate TBR. Okay, next book that I brought from home that I actually got from my friend Megan that was posting a giveaway on Instagram was An Island Princess Starts a Scandal by Adriana Herrera. I have not read anything from Adriana, but I need to because I've heard her books are good and my friends all love her books. So I really need to get on reading her books. These next ones are going to be my pre-orders, except for one because I'm missing one. These are books that I pre-ordered before Steamy Lit Con because the authors, some of them weren't going to be selling at their tables and you can only get them from the bookshop, but I didn't want the bookshop to sell out before I could get the book. So these are ones like I really wanted to make sure I got to get signed by the authors. Okay, first one is The Duke Gets Desperate by Diana Quincy. This is a Palestinian author, historical romance. I never read historical romance. The only one I read and loved was The Gentleman's Gentleman by T.J. Alexander because, hello, that was such a good book. But I recently found out that my friend Kimberly, shout out Kimberly, has read her entire backlist, so, and loves her books. So I'm like, okay, I need to get into Diana Quincy because that's insane, because I know she has a lot of books, so for someone to have read her entire backlist is like, wow, you gotta be dedicated. So that's saying something. So, and I love the cover. It's very cute. Diane Quincy is so nice. Okay, I love this book. Okay, I had to get it. It was a little pricey because hardcover and stuff is $29. But I love the book so much, so it's justified. August Flame by Regina Black. I love this book. Please, please, please read it. I am so glad to have it because I'm gonna annotate it and mark it all up. And yeah, I love this book. I am a black person that lives in the South, and I like country music. So this was my shit. So yeah, really love this book. So happy to have it. Next one is The 7-Month Itch by Tanvir Peart. Tanvir Peart. I don't know, something like that. Anyways, I've heard great things about this book. I've been wanting to read it since, I think, before it came out or when it recently came out, because the author commented on one of my Threads posts about black indie authors' books, and I had posted about this in, like, I don't know when it came out. Maybe 2024, early 2024 or late 2023, but I think it was early 2024. Anyways, very excited to read this. I've heard great things about her books, and it's a black indie author, and she was so nice. Okay, so I had to pre-order this to start the series, and then if I like this one, I'll probably end up buying all the other ones. Get a car! Okay, this comes with a funny story, but I'm not going to tell that funny story in this video because this is purely just for my books, like all the books that I got. Okay, but yes, there's a funny story here. I'm not going to tell it. But you can't see the cover because a thank you note is attached to it. But I pre-ordered this. It's called A Burning Oath by C.L. Lore. This author also writes contemporary romances under C. Yang, which is how you may know her. But I found out that I haven't read any of her stuff, but I found out that she has a different pen name and writes like fantasy with this different pen name. And I saw fan art on the Instagram. I automatically followed. I was like, damn, that's a hot unicorn. And yeah, I'm very excited to read this. It sounds so good, and she said that she's gonna write more. Like she said, like this is like a silly, fun fantasy romance, but she wants to write more fantasy romance under this pen name. But she's like just starting off with like the fun little books right now, but she wants to do like more serious ones later, which I'm very excited for. And I think I'm gonna love this one. Purely because of how it's been marketed. Okay, next book I pre-ordered. I loved this book. It's about two romance reviewers, and basically they've never met each other in person, and then they end up in the same class in college, and it's so funny. It's a ride. The Romance Rivalry by Susan Lee. Susan Lee is so nice. I love this book, and this was my first Susan Lee book, and I need to read more. I need to read her entire backlist and her adult romance. I really love this book. It's so cute. Next one's a chonker, which I told Ruby, and she's like, yeah, they got progressively smaller, but she doesn't want to go back and rewrite, because yeah, I wouldn't want to go back and rewrite a big book that I wrote like years ago either. Like that's a task. But I love that it's a chonker because I love chonkers. It's the first in a series. Snapshot by Ruby Reyna. I've been following this author on Threads for a while, and then I think I'm also following her on Instagram. But I mainly like interact with her on Threads. She's super nice. Very excited to read this. Yeah, and the third one recently came out, so I think it's a completed trilogy. So if I love this, I'm gonna obviously buy the next two, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I just think she writes really good, diverse romance stories, and I love that. And she's an indie author, and I just like I've heard good things about her books, so very excited to read that. Next pre-order was Lovesick by Cynthia A. Rodriguez. I have read exactly one book from this author, but I need to read all of them. She is super sweet, and I love her. I love her down. Did I get her from Threads? I think I did. And then I followed her on Instagram. She followed me back, and yeah, and then she was re-releasing her books, and I got like all the arcs of them. I only read the first one, but I do have the other three in my book funnel library, so they're there, and I will read them. when I get to them. But this is a different series. This is more like a dark romance series, and I don't read much dark romance, but I figured why not start with Cynthia A. Rodriguez, because I did like the first book that I read from her. And yeah, and she has, I think, Mexican rep in it. And she has a lot of books. This is in a series. I don't know if there's only two. I know there's Love Sick and Love Full. I got Love Sick. Very excited to read this. Last pre-order that I got was Unromance by Erin Connor. I simply need to read this. Like, this was all the hype. I don't know when it came out, maybe last year or maybe early this year. Everyone was reading this and loving it, and I wanted to pick it up. I just never did. And so I pre-ordered it because I was reading the e-arc of her next book, Still Into You, which comes out in February, that I got the e-arc for. I finished it yesterday, actually. Loved that book so bad, and I was like, I need to pre-order this and read all of her books, because what the fuck? Like, Still Into You is so good. Like, pre-order it right now if you haven't. Rockstar Romance Second Chance. The main male character is half black, half Japanese, I think. Dax, he is everything. He's everything. He's everything. And Sloane, oh my god, my girl Sloane, I love her. Very excited to read this. And Erin is so fucking nice. And she's so tall. I love that she's tall. And she's a redhead. And I'm just like... Okay, the last book that I pre-ordered that I did not, that I put last because I bought more books from this author. Even though I pre-ordered this one, I was like, I went back the second day. I was like, I have to get these because I just have to. That's That Bind Us by Ray Douglas. I've heard great things about this book and her books in general. They write like romance, but it's kind of darker. There's this one, there's Lies That Break Us, and then recently, today, Waters That Drown Us. It's Sapphic. It's the third book in this trilogy. I don't know if it's the last one, but I'm thinking it is. She's so nice. I love them. I'm very excited to read this. Very excited. Okay, now, I did a little damage. A little is subjective, to be honest. Now we're gonna go into the books that I bought on both days. I'm just gonna rapid speed. Most of these I haven't read, but they sounded good, and I wanted to support the author, so I bought them. Okay, first one is Lies That Break Us by Ray Douglas, and also Waters That Drown Us by Ray Douglas. So now I have the completed, if it's completed, correct me if I'm wrong, series by them, and I'm very excited to read them. And they all look so pretty together. Like, let's just do wow. Stunning. And the spines. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit. Yeah. And she's so sweet. Like, I had to go back and buy them. I'm excited to read them. I think they're gonna be delicious. Next book I bought was The Bone King and the Starling, even though I have this on my Kindle library. But I had to get it, a physical copy of it, because I've heard great things. Kimberly loves this book. Everybody loves this book. I didn't realize how short it was, but it's so funny what the side says. I'm very excited to read this. I have not read anything from Elizabeth Stevens, which somebody jail me for that, but I'm very excited to start here. Heard good things. Okay, next one was Lipstick and Camera Clicks by DJ Murphy. I've been seeing this on social media, and I didn't know the author was gonna be here, and I wanted to make sure I stopped at her table. Yeah, I'm very excited to read this. Very excited to read this. I think this is her debut, but I think she has another one coming out. But I want to read this one because I want to read all of her books because she seems like such a nice person. Next book I read. Next book I bought was 9 Years Gone by Shelley Cruz. She explained to me what this was about, and I think it was on there, but I forgot. Anyways, she had her books for sale on her table, and she explained what they were about, and this one sounded the most interesting to me, so I was like, okay, yes, I want to support you. You're a Latinx author, and I want to support you, and you seem so cool, so I'm buying that. She is a bit of a chonker, but I need to read more Latin romances. Next one I got is this. I think this is like a little novella. It's a debut as well. Caution in Love by K. Rodriguez. Very short. I could probably read this in one sitting. If I don't, somebody needs to chain me down and tell me to quit pausing books because I have 69 pause right now. Yeah. Anyways, yes. She also explained to me about these books, and I think I just wanted to buy her debut and start there. So I got it. Very excited to read it. This author is so nice, and I just wanted to support her and buy her books. Sue me. Sue me. This next one has a story, but again, I'm saving that for another video. Anyways, okay, I'll say them all, and then I'll hold them all up. These are all monster romances, by the way. I got Velvet Steel, The Two Queens of Phyrexiana, Hollowed Ground, and The Dame and the Devil by Dahlia Davies. Here are all the covers. This one, they're all novellas, by the way. This one was so good. It's a sapphic with aliens and tentacles, and yeah, I read it on the plane back, and I loved it. It is so good. Like, it's short, sweet, and spicy. Like, what more can you ask for? And sapphic. Like, hello. This is book 2 in this series, but my friends sold out of the first one. They bought the last one, so I had to get number 2, but I emailed her about getting number 1, because duh, I can't read this one without reading the first one, but I'm gonna buy that one too. And then the last one I got was this one. This cover is so beautiful, and it sounded good. I think this was the gothic one. One of these was very gothic. I just forgot which one. But yeah, we found a new monster romance author, and we were all so happy. So we obviously had to buy some books from her. Next one I got was Wishing for Luna by J.L. Laura. This is the first in like a connected series, sort of. Like, they're all friends and they're gonna do like books in this series. So I'm very excited to read this one and kick it off, and then read the other ones by those authors. I think the other authors in it were K. Rodriguez, which I got a book from her, Shelley Cruz, J.L. Laura, of course, and then maybe K.L. Hernandez, but don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. But I'm very excited to read this just because of all the culture in it, and she took pictures of where it's set, and she was actually there, like, in the Dominican Republic, and she has like scenes that are set there, and it's like where she grew up, and I thought that was so cool. So yeah, very excited to read that. Next one I got, I had the e-arc of this, and I was reading the e-arc, but I've heard very good things. Artificious Oats by Annie Davenport. I've met her. This was my second time meeting her, and she is still as sweet as I remember, and badass. So very excited to read this because it is a black Chateau Daddy. Hello. As I was saying, I'm very excited to read. Okay, yes, it's a different day. And yeah, I am different day. I had to do the rest of it. Anyways, Black Shadow Daddy, and she actually wrote in my book hashtag Shadow Daddy, which I love. She was on a panel with Jacqueline Rodriguez and another person who I'm blanking on, talking about like dark romance and how it shapes our world and like where it'll be in the future and stuff like that. And it was a great panel. I loved it. Very excited to read this. I got the arc for it. I just never got to it before Pub Day. But now I have a physical copy, so she's the sweetest person ever. And yeah, it also has black sprayed edges, which I already de-crinkled them, so it's all nice and floppy already. The next book I bought on day 2 for Steamy Lit was this chunker. It is called The Veiled Air by S.T. Fernandez, and it comes with a bookmark and an art print. So basically, the author pitched it to me and my friend, and I was like, okay, I need to buy that. and I'm pretty sure the author is Latinx, so I'm pretty sure this also has Latinx representation in it, but it's set underwater. And the idea of it sounded really good. I also want to write a book underwater, like something. So I feel like I need to read more books that are set underwater, like in the Atlantis, and especially romantic books, because I want to write this. So I'm very excited to read this. It is the first in a series, and it's quite a chunker, but the text is huge, and there's a map I love. And she signed it, and she said, "For me," and then, "Welcome to Atlantis." That is so cool. I love. And look at the interior formatting. So cute. Can't wait to read. I feel like it's more of a summer book, but I'll read it whenever I'm in the mood for it. Okay, the next book that I bought, I'll go ahead and say these three all at once because they are by the same author. Okay, I got Outdrawn, Sunny Disposition, and Safety Net, all by Deanna Gray. I have not read Deanna Gray. Yes, cue the gasps. Yes, I have not read Deanna Gray, but I know everyone loves her, and she's a very popular indie author, and I know everyone loves her sapphic story, Outdrawn, and also her hockey series, sports things. I first went to go meet her. I got this. I was like, okay, I'll get this. However, and then I got, no wait, hold on. I got this and this the first time I met her on day 2. And then she was doing a sale, and literally me and my friend were walking towards another author, and then we heard that she was doing a sale on books. We literally turned around. We like, wait a minute. Let's go check that out. So, this was a slightly damaged copy. It literally just has, just like some bending on the cover, some slight imperfections on the cover, but I love secondhand bookstores and used bookstores, so I don't really mind damage on my books. I loved books, so I bought it. It is number 3, so I need to get number 2 because that's the one I'm missing. But I'm really glad I have the physical copies of her books. They are all so beautiful, and I need to get on reading Deanna Gray because, yeah, I've heard no bad things about her, and she seems like such a sweet person. So she has that going for her. These next books are ones that I got for free. They are either ARCs or the author was just giving them away. Like on day 2, like when it starts the end on day 2, I guess most of the authors, they'll have books set up on their tables, but they're not selling them. But I think at the end of day 2, when they're like, okay, get rid of it, they're just giving them away. I got 2 from an author because she was doing it. The first one I'm really excited about because I read it as an e-arc, and I literally finished it on the plane as well. Oh my god, it's so good. Okay, it comes out in February, so pre-order it, please. The book is called Still Into You by Erin Carr. I love this book. I think it is everything. I was not an elder emo millennial, did not, I had my days in middle school when I would dress in all black, but that was only when I was mad at my friends. So I dressed in all black to get attention. Anyways, I think this was so lovely, and it makes me wish I was an elder emo and grew up in the early 2000s, and listened to hardcore music and sad emo music like My Chemical Romance and Paramore, Avril, all of those. I did grow up listening to Paramore, but like only the popular songs, and Avril, of course, Complicated and all those. Anyways, I just wish I listened to more, and wish I was older so I could have grew up on that. Anyways, the book is amazing, and I highly recommend it. I'm so glad I got a physical copy. Like, I went to, okay, no, that's another story, and it involves this tiara, but that's for another video. Anyways, Still Into You, Erin Connor. I love it. Go read it. I mean, it's not out yet, but if you have the ARC, start it because it's really good. Next one I got free was from Love Underlined. It is number 2. It's called I Wanna Be Your Girl, and it's a manga. Yes, it is a manga. I don't read much mangas, but It is an arc. Comes out this month. It might already be out by the time. Yes, it is out already. It came out on November 4th. It is in a series, and it's sapphic. So, yeah. And it looked really cute. They were giving it away for free. So, I snatched it up, me and my friend. Okay, and then in the bag, the goodie bag, when you sign up for registration, they had books in that bag. There I got these two in my bag, While It Was Snowing by Julia London, and All's Fair in Love and Pickleball by Kate Spencer. Kate Spencer was there. I was going to get this signed, did not have time, but I do have the book, so I need to read more sports books, and pickleball is a sport to me, so I haven't read anything from this author, but I've heard good things, and I recognize this cover, so love that. Julia London, I also kind of recognize her name. She had a launch event in Austin. Wow, I did not know that. Anyways, this is a Christmassy book, and I love that it's a Christmassy book because I am in the mood for Christmassy books now that Halloween is over. But I also did not read that many Halloweeny books, so I don't know. Anyways, yes. Got those two from Steamy Lit themselves. The next one I got was from Atria Publishing, I'm pretty sure. It is Steamy Lit Con exclusive. You can only get it at Steamy Lit Con. They were only printing it for Steamy Lit Con or whatever. Love Me, Stalk Me by Laura Bishop. I want to read this just to laugh because I don't know. I the premise of it just sounds so, I don't know. And anyways, it has these cool sprite edges that say, always watching, always yours. Oh, always watching, always waiting, always yours. And then that says Isabel, love. Yeah, it is a Steamy Lit Con exclusive, so it's rare. I'll probably put it in a little library after I'm done reading it. Okay, the last two books that I got at Steamy Lit Con. Oh my god, we're to the end already. Okay, these I also got for free. This was the author that she was putting them in a basket in front of her table and was just like, take them. So, Jocelyn Soto, I got 2 and 3 in her Chicago Dark Knights series. So 2 is called Passing the Red Line, and 3 is called Hitting the Goal Line. So they're hockey romances. I think they also have Latinx representation. My friend Kimberly, shout out Kim. I don't know if she was on the street team for this author or something like that, but I think she was on her street team, and she's kind of friendly with the author, so she went to her table, and I was gonna buy books from her anyways. I was gonna go back and buy them, and then I was like, it was to the end, I forgot, and she just had these, so I got them. I was like, oh my god, thank you so much. Like, I'm definitely gonna buy from her because I need number 1, because without number 1 these two won't make sense, so I gotta buy that off of her website or bookshop.org, wherever her books are available. She is such a nice person. Yeah, these are trunkers, so I have to be in the mood for them. But I need to read more daggers, hockey, romances. So I am excited for these. My friend loves them. I'm pretty sure she's read like almost all of the books. So I think that is all the books I got for Steamy Lit Con. Thank you so much for watching. Another video will come with my author experiences, my Steamy Lit Con experiences, and what I thought about Steamy Lit Con as a first time attendee, and just what I thought about it, because I had a time was had, and I just want to talk about it in depth, so expect that video. I may be wearing the same outfit because I may record it right after this, and then I'll do like my author experiences. No, I don't want to do that. I'll just do like my general Steamy Lit Con experience. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here, and thank you for subscribing. You better be subscribed, and liking. You better like this video, and comment below if you've read any of these authors, if you recommend any of these books, if you've ever been to Steamy Lit Con and what you thought of it, and what author you would be most excited to see at Steamy Lit Con. See you in the next video. Bye!
Just kinda high. been